That's a very good question. I have started my research in National Chemical Laboratory in 2008, and subsequently I moved to ISAR Kolkata in 2017. I have been working on porous materials, different kinds of porous materials, not necessarily metal organic frameworks, but all different kinds of porous materials. Adsorbents, in chemical engineering term, we call it adsorbents. For example, if you see many of our houses, we have something called a iron filter. Iron filter that actually protects our aquaguard. If we have an aquaguard, those who can afford aquaguard, we have an iron filter, and that is the reason this water thing came into the picture. Suppose if a person cannot afford an aquaguard, there are thousands and thousands of people in India who cannot afford an aquaguard. So that means what? They don't have a right to drink clean water. They are only those who can afford aquaguard only have right to drink clean water. That's unfair, right? So that is why these materials can come into the picture as well. Now, coming back to your question, in India, this adsorbent science has been developed to some extent on zeolites, zeolite catalysis, so on and so forth. But the dedicated research on adsorbents, as I said, not necessarily restricted to metal organic framework or covalent organic framework, everything. There are many adsorbents. There are porous carbon. Porous carbon is a very important material for your battery anode. Your lithium-ion battery, that your cell phone and all, the anode is most of the time porous carbon. So carbon cloth and so on. So this is porous material. So in general, with respect to the porous materials or adsorbents, I would say, in our country, the research did not, let's say, flourish. Perhaps due to the lack of knowledge, perhaps due to the lack of, let's put it in this way, appreciation. Perhaps we were not that much daring to look into these things. Okay. So if you, once again, if you listen to the interview of Richard Robson, who is another co-recipient with Professor Yagi, Richard Robson clearly said that when I made this compound back in 1989, people said, quote unquote, I exactly forgot the quotation quote. People said that this might be a bunch of useless materials. People said to him, okay, the Nobel laureate, he wrote that. He mentioned in his, people said that, oh, it is a, bunch load of garbage or something like that. He said, this is something, exact term I forgot, it is there in his interview. Yeah. So, and when I met him, he said this thing also. I met him in 2013, a long time ago. So he also said the same thing to me, that, when I made these compounds back in 1989, at that time they used to call it coordination polymer. It's a different thing than metal organic framework, but there is a resemblance, but there are some differences also. It is a similar field. So, so he said that everybody, wherever I used to go and travel and give talks in the conferences and all, people used to say, "Oh, what is this? What kind of thing is this? Good for nothing." Those kind of things people used to say to him. Now see, where are those people?
Definitely, sir. Definitely. So
this is something we must now emphasize, and I personally would like to appeal, and I have been saying it for last about 16 to 18 years since I came back, that we must invest more money in this adsorbents, the science related to the adsorbents. Okay. We must put more effort and more money. More people should come and work. And our country has no dearth of talent. So I'm sure we can do, we can do much better than them.